You are now listening to Serious Minds RNTV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds RNTV. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. The Serious Minds Brain Tonic was created to sharpen the mind by protecting cells and increasing neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. This is the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. The Resurrection Formula. This male reproductive tonic elixir is the resurrection you've been looking for. It is a stimulating sexual tonic with mild androgen-like effects that is nourishing to the reproductive system. You can order them at www.professorgriff.me and www.seriousmindsinstitute.com. Just call 678-557-2919. Your health is your wealth. Peace.
Peace, family. Are you tired of being denied life necessities such as cars, housing, and credit cards due to lack of credit history? Then if so, give Brother New a call today. Brother New will help you legally boost your credit score by adding seasoned trade lines. Brother New also does credit consultations. Make the change today. Call 504-276-2033 or visit TradelinesWithGamba.com.
Do your children love learning? At the Institute for Self-Mastery, we've been homeschooling for 10 years. We didn't just hop on this because of what's going on now. Check us out, the Institute for Self-Mastery, ismhomeschool.org. Peace.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In today's climate, being safe is priority number one. With crime on the rise, we're all left with this magical question: how can I be safe and protect my family? Well, Professor Griff is offering a course that's similar to laser tag, but it's for adults. This safe and firearm-free course will train you in real-life scenarios so that you can avoid being a victim. This course is growing in popularity as a date night out. Add fun and excitement back into your love life, and the reviews are incredible. For more information, call this number below.
Greetings, family. Hope everyone is all right and hope everyone is well. Peace, hotep, shalom, assalamu alaikum, abarigani, free to land, whatever greeting that you go by. I want to greet y'all with a civilized greeting in a very uncivilized time, and I'll explain what I mean by that in just a few. But peace, Quan. Peace to the Serious Minds family. All right. Shout out to people that actually support the channel in real time. When I say real time, thanks to everyone that takes the time out to get the notification, and then once you get the notification, you actually come on and participate. Really appreciate that. All right. All right. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Tulsa race massacre. We're going to be talking about Memorial Day, and we're just going to be talking about just Black Wall Street in general. All right. I guess this must be the new trend and the most trendy thing that's happening now. People are just putting up B1. What is B1? This is the third time this B1 has come around in my life, and I'm sure it don't mean what we meant it to mean. So I keep seeing B1. What is this B1, family? Come on. I'm going to play dumb. What is this B1? Y'all explain it so we can get it out to the people. All right? Because it's like, you jump on these trends, and by the time you end up figuring out what the trend is, it's some other stuff. Okay. So why do people just put the B1 up then? And what does it mean when you just put that up? It's like it's not even in context with what's going on. Is that like the greeting? Because I saw that when I first saw it this time around, which is the third time. What's the brother name? Black Truth. Professor Black Truth. All right. And if you're really going to be about black first, then we need to study Marcus Mosiah Garvey. When Marcus Mosiah Garvey talked about race first. I don't know, the whole trendy thing I don't really do. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, fam. We're going to see whether or not if we can make this happen. All right. So yeah, so in essence, the deeper essence of, what is that supposed to mean if we don't know Marcus Garvey? I had a conversation with a few people, and I'm asking them, I'm seeing this little thing kind of being really cute and trendy. So it's like, well, what is it supposed to mean? I want to ask a few people. And I asked the person who actually used it, and I'm like, well, so what does it mean? Do you know anything? Do you know anything about Marcus Mosiah Garvey? Anything about his movement? Anything about the man? No, we don't. So yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, Quan. Hopefully that will happen when Brother Rich make the phone call. And once Brother Rich make the phone call and Vicky Dillard can get on the line, then we can make that happen. All right? But we're not on here to talk about that. Seriously. I'm just seeing the thing because it's trendy. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really do the trendy, cute little things. You understand what I'm saying? So unless we're going to take what Marcus Mosiah Garvey gave us and uphold the principles behind it, yeah, I don't think we should kind of take that and use that as though people are living up to that. Because that came with a set of principles. That came with a set of rules and regulations and laws. That came with a certain behavior. All right? All right. We're talking about the Tulsa Race Massacre. We're going to be talking about Memorial Day. All right? So hopefully everyone is just kind of, we're not chatty patty in here. Respectfully, we're not. No, we don't do that. This is serious minds, for serious minds. All right. And yeah. All right. So in the meantime, in between time, I want to thank everyone that's on Facebook. Thank everyone that's on Periscope, YouTube. If you would like to donate to support independent media, please do so. Please do so by going to www.professorgriff.me. Hit the donate button. Donate to the cause. Donate to independent Black media, and you can do that. Which hat am I wearing? Oh, this is a Public Enemy hat, but you can do that by supporting the fundraising drive that we got going on right now as we speak by donating $50 or more. All right, $50 or more, and then as a result of that, you will receive this particular fly, jazzy ass 2-tone, 3-tones, really, gold, black, and red. On the back, it says Grammy recipient, Lifetime Achievement Award, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In front, it says Public Enemy. Down here, it says Public Enemy #1. Inside of the hat, it says Professor Griff in the stitching. I'm sure you can see that. And then it has the Public Enemy gear. Somebody did a good job. All right. Got the official Serious Minds tags on it. All right. If you receive a hat that looks like this and it don't have the official Serious Minds tags on it, somebody else is doing some other kind of bootlegging. I don't know what they're doing. I'm saying. All right. Support the fundraising drive, fam. All right. Okay. All right. I got you, Quan. I got you, Johnny Taylor. Shout out to the Serious Minds fam. Let's dive into this particular subject. All right. I saw a few memes that were going out, and I kind of looked at them because I knew the 100th anniversary was rolling around of the Tulsa race riot, the destruction and the bombing of Black Wall Street, and I knew that it was falling on Memorial Day. So I said, okay, cool. Why not deal with both subjects at the same time? So I'm going to attempt to do that, of course, with your help. But hold on for a second. Let me give a shout out to this brother. The shirt that I'm wearing, black man is not my op. Black man is not my op. This is a fly shirt. Quality is really good. I met the brother today, as a matter of fact. Black Man is Not My Op is a brand designed to bring awareness to the urgent need for Black male conflict resolution. Wow. Go to noopgang.com. Noopgang.com. NOOPPGANG.com. Noopgang.com. Give this brother some support, man. Seriously. Because we need to have this conflict resolution. All right. As you see, Brother Rich is stepping up to the plate to resolve some conflict. That's going to take a lot of doing, Brother Rich, but I'm with you, bro. All right. All right. Okay, Sammy. You just text me to get that. I got you. All right. All right, fam. So what I'm going to need everyone to do is just kind of take a deep breath. Can I use my PayPal account? Yes. Quan, can you put my PayPal up so Sammy can see that? Shout out to Quan S. All right, so I don't know what's going on over here. Hold on. I don't know what's going on with IG. They said my connection is weak. Can't. Thank you very much, Quan. All right. Thank you, Quan. The information that you see on the screen is for the fundraising drive that we're doing, and you'll receive this hat. All right. Got it, Quan? All right. Hold on. Let me see. Wow. Got it. All right. Memorial Day. I think I talked about this some time ago. The idea of Memorial Day, the untold story. All right. It's set, pardon me, the unofficial history of Memorial Day. So when I was having a conversation with the gentleman, we were talking about this B1 thing. We started talking about Marcus Garvey, and we started talking about history, and we started talking about, we started talking about how people just stay stuck where they are and don't want to move out of that stuck place, that sunken place, so to speak. So we started talking about, he said something really crazy after, dropping some knowledge on me. He said, "What are you doing for the holidays?" I said, "What holiday?" I said, "Black people right now, we're in mourning because it's the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa race riot and massacre. The white mob done murdered 1,000 of black people and destroyed thousands of homes and this kind of thing, and killed people and just kind of wiped the whole city off the face of the earth. But what holiday are you talking about?" So he started going into the whole idea of Memorial Day, and I'm like, "Well, what are you memorializing? What are you remembering?" And he said, "All of the people that gave their lives for our country." I said, "Do you remember any of the black people that have given their lives for this country? The regiments, the troops, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, who fought in the Civil War on both sides." I said, "Do you remember anything about the 55th Massachusetts Colored Regiment?" Then we started talking. I seen the body language and the look in his face, and he's like, "Nah." I said, "Well, if you got it, man, then we can discuss that." So I told him to take out his phone and pull it up. The 55th Massachusetts Colored Regiment, Charleston, South Carolina. And then we began for the next 45, 50 minutes. Not that I had that kind of time. We talked about the original Memorial Day, which y'all should be doing right now. Right now. So the official history of the Memorial Day goes a little bit something like this. So in 1868, 3 years after the Civil War ended, a group of Union veteran soldiers established a declaration day for the nation to adorn the graves of the war with flowers. A retired Union Major General John A. Logan set the date of the holiday of May 30th, and the holiday's first observance was at Arlington National Cemetery. But what happened prior to that? All right, David W. Blight, historian at Yale, has a different account. He traces the holiday to a series of commemorations that freed Black Americans held in the spring of 1865 after the Union soldiers, including members of the 21st United States Colored Infantry, liberated the port city of Charleston, South Carolina. Digging through the archives at Harvard, Dr. Blight found the largest of these commemorations took place on May 1st, 1865, which is May Day. We'll talk about that later. And at the old race course and jockey club, where hundreds of captive Union prisoners had died of disease and been buried in mass graves. Let's underline that, buried in mass graves, because that's the same thing that happened in the race riots in Tulsa, when a white mob killed hundreds of black people. The black residents exhumed the bodies and gave them proper burials, erected a fence around the cemetery, and built an archway over it with the words Martyrs of the Racecourse. This was the first Memorial Day. This was the first Memorial Day originated by Black people. So there were other, like I said, this whole burying people in mass graves is an old thing. And just let me read to you. And please take out a pen and piece of paper right now. Because that day, some 10,000 Black people then staged a procession of mourning led by thousands of school children carrying roses and singing the Union anthem, John Brown's Body. Hundreds of Black women followed with baskets of flowers, wreaths, and crosses. Black men, including Union infantrymen, also marched. A children's choir sang spirituals, a patriotic song, including the Star-Spangled Banner. The war was over, and Memorial Day had been founded by Black people, African Americans, in a ritual of remembrance and consecration by Dr. Blight, wrote in 2011 essay for the New York Times. The war, they boldly announced, had been about the triumph of the emancipation over slaveholders' republic. Once again, Black people triumphed over being buried in mass graves, murdered, left in a racehorse stall to die, buried in a mass grave by white people. And I'm telling you, family, when we begin to talk about critical race theory, as I'm seeing right now, the trend is that they're not going to want to talk about critical race theory. They're not going to want to talk about critical race theory. So they're excavating graves right now in Tulsa. Okay. Quan said, my father's an Army veteran, but he did not want his children follow him in his footsteps. And Quan also stated that this is the reason why we honestly need reparations. So let me read to you, now that you got your pens and paper out, let me read to you a simple meme that I just haphazardly ran across, and it talked about all of the Black massacres. Look that up right now. Everyone on Serious Minds right here on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, wherever you are, look that up. Black massacres. How many Black massacres has it been? I'm going to give you all a minute to look it up. Matter of fact, let me share the screen so y'all can see it. Black massacres. Springfield, I believe it's Illinois, 1908. East St. Louis, 1917. Chicago, 1919. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921. Hold on, fam. Something's crazy going on over here. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Tulsa race riot. Professor Griff. Sorry about that. Right. All right. Where was I at? Let's go back over it. Springfield, Illinois, 1908. East St. Louis, 1917. Chicago, Illinois, 1919. We're talking about black massacres now. We talk about these people repeating the same repeating the same thing over and over and over and over. All right. So this is nothing new, family. This is not new. This is not new. All right. Detroit, 1943. New York, 1863. Philadelphia, 1985. Washington, D.C., 1919. Wilmington, North Carolina, 1898. Atlanta, Georgia, 1906. Elaine, Oklahoma, I believe, 1919. Memphis, Tennessee, 1896. Issa, peace. What's good with you? Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Clinton, 1865. Stockholm, 1910. Colfax, 1873. New Orleans, 1866. St. Bernard Parish, 1868. Rosewood, 1923. Okie, 1920. Camilla, 1868. And it's about 8 more, family. These are black massacres that I'm reading. So do not let anyone tell you it was a riot. It was one of those kind of things that just happened. No, this is a consistent pattern of these people. This is one of the reasons why they do not want us to have a discussion and a curriculum built around critical race theory. Don't even want to have the conversation. All right? So this is a very real dynamic that we're kind of dealing with. And we have to take it serious. All right? Did it happen in other places overseas? Yes, it did. You're dealing with the same people. Systematic injustice ensured Black Wall Street would never return, but Greenwood keeps fighting. Systematic injustice. All right? Hold on now. Don't go nowhere. There, on Wall Street, Black Wall Street. All right? Blacks massacred in Oklahoma. We will never forget Black Wall Street. 3,000 blacks massacred in Oklahoma. We should never allow anyone to forget. There were 600 businesses. 600 businesses. $600 businesses destroyed. 21 churches. 21 restaurants. 30 grocery stores. 2 movie theaters. 6 private airplanes, plus a hospital, bank, post office, schools, library, law offices. I can go on and on and on. Not only did they murder the people, they looted. Then after they murdered the people and stole what black people had, they dug mass graves and dumped black people in mass graves. And some of you Negroes, what's the chick's name? Oh my God, why is her name escape me? The one I want to warn Kwame Brown not to ever mention. Candace Owens. Some of these Negroes and Negresses got the nerve. These other Negroes that supported Bernie Sanders got the nerve to say black people shouldn't get reparations. I've read to you about a dozen black massacres, not to mention what we already went through during slavery. And then we got some Negro historians that want to come along and say, well, the damage wasn't that bad. Black people were already in America and blah, 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 whatever. Stop talking like that, man. Let's get the history correct. All right? Because unless you were standing there at the bottom of the slave ship counting people that got off, and then on top of that, even after they instituted this whole institution of slavery, unless you know how many were enslaved and what we lost coming from Africa to America. Hell, what we lost going from America back to Africa. Stop that, man. Stop that. I don't know if some of y'all Negroes just clout chasing, clickbait. I don't know what it is that y'all do. That you want to be something, I guess, so bad. All right? That you'll put up some crazy stuff. Thank you, Charles Williams. Really appreciate the donation, good bro. All right. Easter M. Thank you. So a thriving place like Wilmington, North Carolina, a thriving place like Tulsa, Oklahoma, a thriving place, Chicago, New York, and other places. We get the same treatment when black people tend to rise and come up out of our situation, come up out of the muck and mire of this wicked civilization to do something for ourselves. Lending and giving an answer to the Booker T. Washington, I believe, quote, pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. Well, we've done that. How many times have we pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps? Dr. King says, how can we pull ourselves up by our bootstraps when we ain't got no goddamn boots? When every time we make progress, this is what they do. And now they got black people speaking against black people. Quest hate, not quest love, quest hate. I want to get to you, but I want to get to you when we're not talking about these sensitive subjects right here. The hypocrisy of some of these musicians, some of these clowns, calling us Hotep University in a demoralizing way, demeaning kind of way. Well, this is Professor Griff from Hotep University. Hotep means peace. Clown-ass Negroes, man. Speaking all out of your side of your neck. No, I'm going to deal with that tomorrow. I'm going to deal with it tomorrow. So we have to be very mindful. When we talk about the history of our people, We talk about in such a way that we have pride. Not like you trying to prove a point, man. It's like, for what? Well, seriously, what is the point that you're trying to prove by trying to confuse people about history? Ma'at Hotep. We have to begin to study our history and keep our history in the hearts and minds of young people. That's what we need to do. All right? And that's what we're going to do. I watched some of the documentary films about Tulsa, Oklahoma, about Black Wall Street. And I said, wow. When you see the pictures and the images of what Tulsa looked like, it's like, wow. It was a beautiful, Black Wall Street was a beautiful place, man. So there are survivors there that survived it. This sister right here, one of the last survivors of the 1921 Tulsa race riot, dies at 99 years old. When you start going through the pictures and you start looking at the beautiful monuments and the buildings and the offices and the businesses, it'll make you proud of what our people built. And then we duplicated that throughout America. Then you go back and you look at pictures like this where you see how they destroyed everything that we built. So to come along and to talk about this in a negative way, yeah, you passing on, you put a bad taste in young people's mouth to even want to be black. To even, you know, look at your history in a very side-eyed kind of way. It's like, stop that, man. We need to study the history of what went on in 1921, this Tulsa race massacre. There are documentary films that were made about it. They said, well, even when people gave up and had their hands in the air and wanted to give up, white people shot them down in the street. Some people tried to leave town and they were stopped and shot and drugged and put in mass graves. We have to know the history of our people, family. Even when you go back and you look through the microfiche and you try to find articles relating to this, what happened, they have taken them out of history, family. Then they only said only 100 people died. No, we need to get that history right. This is why we have to study history, fam. This is why we have to be historians. This is why we have to tell our own history. Sad but true. How many people have been brought to justice? How many people have been brought to justice, fam? I need y'all to talk to me. How many did they bring to justice? Zero. None. No one was brought to justice for the murder of our people. And this happened over and over and over and over and over. For 18 hours, they went on a murderous, and then they blamed black agitators, they said, for the riot. How did it all start? There's two different stories that I got. They said a young black kid said something or looked at a white woman in an elevator, the white woman cried help, or cried rape, or cried whatever. So they arrested the brother and took him downtown to the jail. All right, and they was about to lynch him. So brothers that were armed got together and went down to the jail and said, nah, not on my watch. It's not going to happen on my watch. We don't know who those brothers are, but shout out to them unknown soldiers. Shout out to them unknown soldiers. But they came down armed. They wanted to drag the brother out, as they did over and over and over again in these kind of situations. And they wanted to lynch the brother, so they said no. A skirmish and a fight broke out between one of the armed black men and one of the white men. He tried to take the brother's gun from him. He says, not today. Fight broke out, and then it was on and popping. "18 hours. They went on a murdering spree, gas cans in hand, torching every black business, torching every black home, going inside, murdering people and burning some of them alive. This is the history. So I heard one official say today that over his dead body will they teach critical race theory on how America got established. Why? You don't want people to know that the blood of black people is dripping from your hands and still do? We have to begin to study critical race theory and bring these situations to the forefront, because this is black history. This is American history. But this happened over and over and over and over and over again. This is just not one incident. This happened repeatedly with white people. Any and every time they saw us getting ahead, this is what we were faced with. Hold on. I told you it happened in Chicago in 1919, in Detroit in 1943, pardon me, in New York 1863, Washington, D.C. 1919, Philadelphia 1985, St. Louis 1917, Springfield, Illinois 1908, Tulsa 1921, Atlanta, Georgia 1906, over in Memphis, Tennessee in 1866, over and over and over again. This is white people in America's history. We have to know our history and teach our history. Thank you. The incident was definitely set off by Becky. AKA Karen in 2020. I just can't listen. I don't have the time to have the black and white conversation right now with black and white interracial relationships, but I don't see how some black men could. I can't understand it. I can't understand it. I can't understand it. Warren Brown, thank you very much, good bro. I can't understand it. And then Rosewood, and then the MOVE organization getting bombed. So when you're talking about the first time a city getting bombed in America, yeah, white people bombed black people, and they consistently done this. Elijah Muhammad said we need a separate territory and state land that we can call our own. Vernice Sims, one of the last survivors. Man, yeah, I don't see why there's not 1,000 black gun clubs right now. When you read stuff like this, and we have to go back over this, and you're right, them bombing move, that wasn't a long time ago. You're right. Shout out to Pan Africa. Shout out to Rasta Khan. Shout out to the MOVE organization in Philadelphia. They've done this over and over and over again. This is why when we have the Candace Owens of the world and these kind of Uncle Toms, Uncle Thomasinas pop up, we look at them like they crazy. It's almost like, do you realize and understand what our people have been through? This is what I just can't grasp it. I can't grasp the concept, man. You said you love the cup? Oh, thanks. It's actually my wife's cup. Mine's a little bit more radical. This is why, fam, anyone that stands up and speaks up for our people, we need to support them. Not only Professor Griff, there's other brothers and sisters out there that speak up and speak out on behalf of our people. Shout out to our people, man, that took to the streets over the last couple of years to let our presence be known, that ended up in jail. We need to support them. What happened to a black defense fund that when one of us steps up and speaks out and they come lock us down, what's wrong with us supporting those particular individuals and rally around them? There should be 1,000 black gun clubs. And then we need to set in motion a concept. If you touch one, you touch all. We need a black defense fund. What's wrong with defending those that defend themselves? You said white people was grabbing land and oil in Tulsa? Okay. This is a very real dynamic, family, and a very, very peculiar situation that we find ourselves in 2021. Somebody asked me, am I calling for armed resistance and armed rebellion? Let me ask you something, and then I'll answer that question. Do the Proud Boys call for armed resistance and armed rebellion? Do the 3%? Do the white supremacists? Talk to me. Do a myriad of white supremacists that claim America is theirs and hate black people? Y'all tell me. I need to run for office. I would say, fuck I would. They can keep that goddamn office. This is my office. Imagine me getting caught up in the politics of this wicked nation. Come on, man. Come on, stop that, man. No, we're not doing that. These individual white organizations have understood there's power in their numbers. And they understand they have to survive, as Dr. Francis Cress Welsing laid it out. And they will ensure their survival. What is wrong with us defending those that defend themselves? What's wrong with us having a black military? What's wrong with putting together, a black self-defense fund? I know y'all saying these concepts are kind of, someone told me one day, them concepts are outdated. So where's the new ones at? How you going to defend yourself? I had a conversation with my wife, and I said, you know something, do you think something like Tulsa could happen today? I said, I'm going to ask the people when I go live. Can Tulsa happen today? Oh, give thanks to souls of our ancestors. Can Tulsa, Oklahoma, race riot happen today? If we built a Black Wall Street right here, right on the outskirts of Atlanta, because we could do it, and we build black businesses, can it be burned to the ground like they did in 1921? And if your answer is yes, what are you doing to prevent that from happening? If your answer is no, what are you doing to prevent that from happening? You see what I mean by this? People using this B1 thing as a fad, as a damn, nah, man. That ain't nothing to be thrown around like that, because if you truly about that business, yeah, then you'll put in that work. There's a book. No, there's a movie, pardon me. I think the movie is called When the Word is Given. It's a very deep movie about Malcolm X. What I loved about that concept is the fact that when the word is given, resonates with me. When the word is given, how would you respond, family? I mean, you understand what I'm saying? No, I'm being very, very serious right now. Very serious. How you gonna respond? Come on, family. How are we going to be serious in defending ourselves when we sleeping with the enemy? How are we going to defend ourselves when we have no land to grow our own food? You don't have no factories. to manufacture no weapons and get ammunition. I saw a meme. Did y'all see it passing around? Where there's 4 white officers and some dogs got a brother tied up and pent down. 4 cops spark outrage by posing for a big game hunt trophy photo with the shirtless bank robber suspect and their dogs after Mississippi manhunt. And the black man is smiling. And this is supposed to be funny. So if you're not ready, when you gonna get ready? Is what I'm saying to you. You have ammo stocked up, stored. All right. You have armor, you have gear to protect yourselves. Have you been training? Well, thank you. B1 is not from Boyce Watkins. It's from Jason Black, the Black Authority. I thought I saw it on the Professor Black Truths page. Glad somebody cleared that up. He says, yes, Kyle, mofos believe the history of their oppressor. They've been lied to about everything. About everything. But last point that I want to make, family, if you're not ready, when the word is given, when you gonna get ready, man? Come on, family. I don't feel like moving this. I guess I'm going to show the people on IG, and then I'm going to show y'all. So, family, when we going to get ready? I had self-defense classes, and I laid it out on some of my lives on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope. I laid out the 5 weapons that every black man should have. The lady Don Don, you ready? Okay. Ryan Muhammad, you ready? I laid out, I showed you pictures. I went through 200 slides, all right, on my Zoom call. I laid out the weapons that you should have, the gear that you should have. The least of all, family, you gotta have, hold on, let me show you real quick. How you turn this daggone thing around? Right here. The least of which, fam, you gotta have some armor. Everybody on YouTube, sit tight over there. The least of which, you gotta have some armor. And at least 100 rounds of ammo. All right? At least a blade. All right? Some tactical stuff. At least some ammo. At least some weapons. At least 5 so you can protect yourself. So come on, family. Let's stop playing, man. Then if you have all of that, then when are you training? Huh? Come on. Come on, man. Come on. So if Tulsa could happen again in 2021 as it did in 1921, come on. Some say yes, some say no. If it happened right here in Atlanta, and at the same time, excuse me, fam, Quan is right. Do not mention Joyce Watkins' name on my platform. We're not talking about that, man. Nope. I'm going to respect the fact that Brother Rich said he going to get dude on a call, and I'm going to respect Brother Rich. Don't mention that man's name on my platform. It's that serious. All right. So hold on, fam. Now, I'm not sure how far this camera can move, but I'm just going to turn it this way. All right. Let me turn the light on. Hold on. Family, the least that we should have. All right. The least that we should have. At least, all right, at least some black boots, at least some headgear, all right, at least some armor. The least we should have. You follow what I'm saying? But when y'all gonna get ready? I see some of the brothers sisters online, on YouTube. I see some of the brothers sisters on IG. I see some of the brothers on IG out at the range. Shout out to those brothers and sisters doing the damn thing. Oh, give thanks. TS Bay, really appreciate you, man. Family, we need to get it together, seriously. So when the word is given, listen, it's been 100 years, man. And we still don't know whether or not if Tulsa, Oklahoma can happen again to us in 2021. Come on, man. No. I'm here to tell y'all right now, today, whether it cost me my life, and that's fine with me, but that ain't happening on my watch. I'm not on here trying to sound like Billy Badass, but that's not happening on my watch. Nah. So when the word is given, you need to know how to respond respectively. How can a black defense force be lucrative? Why are you worrying about the money aspect of it? I'm not worried about the money aspect. I'm worried about the survival aspect of it. Yeah, that's your wrong approach, bro. Whoever you are, wrong approach. The deacons of defense didn't think about how they gonna get paid. The Black Panther Party didn't think about how they gonna get paid. Come on, man. The thing is to do it. You're taking a wrong approach. All right, I see some of the government agents are coming on. So we're going to cut this conversation short. But I'm here to let y'all know, Tulsa, Oklahoma is never happening while Professor Griff is alive. It's just not happening. And if most black men took this attitude, yeah, we wouldn't have nothing to worry about. Wow. And it's sad, Jordan, you're right. It's sad to know we still can't even defend ourselves. Thank you. If you scared, go sit down. Plain and simple. All right, family. I'm gonna keep my emotion right here. All right. We're gonna keep it right here. Keep it G. Good. All right, fam. I wanted to go more and more in depth, but I think for right now, to know what happened in Tulsa, to know a basic history, let's take it from there. Get off of here and go do your research, man. All right, family. It's Professor Griff. I love y'all to life, man. Y'all already know that. I demonstrate that. All right? By giving aspects of my life. I want to answer that, Raw Status TV, but we don't have time right now. We'll talk about that, though, bro. All right? All right, family. Please donate. Donate. Go to www.paypal.me. Donate $50. www.paypal.me/Professor Griff Corp. But just go to my website. Get the hat. Donate the $50. I'll get this out to you. Support independent media. All right. Support the fundraising drive. All right. Okay. Family, there's some work that's being done behind the scenes. And trust me, each and every individual that's on here will benefit from it. All right. If your head and your heart is open to it. All right. Give thanks, David Allen. Really appreciate you, good bro. James Barris, peace, man. Willie Rowley, Raleigh, Randy R. The Mr. Communicator, what's happening with you? All right. Let's start the train, fam. All right. If you don't do nothing but train your mind and your heart and your spirit, let's make it happen. We are going to be the ones to determine Black Wall Street will be built again, and it's never going to get burned down to the ground. Not on our watch. All right. And when the word is given, all right, respond, family. Plain and simple. It's Professor Griff. Love y'all to life. Peace. 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 Serious Minds Brain Tonic was created to sharpen the mind by protecting cells and increasing neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. This is the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. The Resurrection Formula. This male reproductive tonic elixir is the resurrection you've been looking for. It is a stimulating sexual tonic with mild androgen-like effects that is nourishing to the reproductive system. You can order them at www.professorgriff.me and www.seriousmindsinstitute.com. Just call 678-557-2919. Your health is your wealth. Peace. instructor for the USCCA. Today, we're going to talk about safety, training, education, and mutual protection. Join us out here on the range to get some training, get some education, most of all safety, and definitely if you have to use your firearm, some legal protection. Contact us. Simply go to www.professorgriff.me or www.seriousmindsinstitute.com for safety, training, education, and legal protection. Alright? Professor Griff, Public Enemy, and I'll see y'all in class.